Hello, everyone. Welcome to Science214 at SNHU. You're going to be learning about the scientific process and how to go about doing scientific research in this term. And we will be talking about this throughout the term, especially having to do with your project. So I am your instructor, Dr. Janie Sigmon. Please go and read my bio so that you have some idea of what my background is. I'm a biologist and a microbiologist by training and through the jobs that I've had over time. And I've been teaching for a long time and I still love it, even though I'm semi-retired. I teach one course a term for SNHU, always science related, of course, biology or science for non-majors. If you'll notice in my bio that one of my passions is nature photography, so if you see any photographs this term, including those ones behind me, including the ones on the screen, they are mine. So, with that being said, let us take a look at what is going to happen this term. All right, got to move my face. There we go. What can you expect this term? So, one thing that you should expect that you will be doing nearly every week is discussion board postings. So discussion board postings are where everybody can see what you're writing, me and all your classmates. And the purpose of these discussion board postings is for you to do the readings that you're supposed to do and then answer the questions in the discussion board. And this shows us that you understand the topic for this week and that you have processed it and you have interpreted the information that you have been given. Also, it gives you a chance to interact with me and your fellow classmates because we literally are a community and we should treat each other with respect. We should give each other feedback. That's the way that a scientific community works. In my experience, when I was working on my dissertation and when I was doing research for the 4 years after that, our research group met every Wednesday afternoon and we discussed our research and we gave each other feedback back and forth, back and forth. If I ever had a paper that I was writing, because I wrote several, I would give it out to everybody and have them look it over and not just edit and proofread, but make sure that my ideas were correct too and give me substantive feedback. And so that's what we're going to be doing with these discussion board postings every week except week number 7, and we have 8 weeks in a term. All right, what else? The main project that you have this week is on a contemporary science issue. So you're going to choose one of these. This is the list from our course, water quality, and how sometimes it's not very good. Air pollution. Man, didn't we see this when there was COVID shutdown and there were pictures taken of cities across the United States during the shutdown when there was no work traffic and how clear the air was. It was just so amazing. So yeah, we're back to polluted air. Climate change, very big topic these days that we have to get a handle on before we absolutely ruin the planet. Energy issues, that has to do with climate change too, because we want to move away from fossil fuels, and because the burning of them produces carbon dioxide, which is creating climate change. And then the environment, there's so many environmental issues now. So many. Oh my goodness. Everything from deforestation to us as human beings moving out into more and more ecosystems and destroying them. So there are lots of environmental issues too. Now there are more topics than this, and if you would like to choose something else, and remember this has to be science-based. If you want to choose a different topic, please email me and we will discuss it. All right, because there are lots of others. All right, I will sort of outline what you're going to be doing, like overall, having to do with this project. So first of all, week 1, you're going to choose one of these topics. And you're going to read the information in our course about this particular topic, there will be several articles there for every one of these topics. You're going to read that, process it, and then tell me about it, right? After you've chosen one of the topics. In week 2, you're going to do research by finding scientific sources. And week 2, I will definitely be making a video on that to help you with the Shapiro Library and what you should be looking for. Now, there are some sources in our course. Some of them are okay, but you ought to be able to do your own research. So I will be making you a video on that. Week number 4, this will be your research overview. So what did you learn? What did you learn about your topic when you did your research and found your different sources? You're going to have a minimum of 3 sources, and I would say minimum. I prefer you to have more than that, but the minimum is 3 really good sources to help you figure out information about your topic. And then week number 5 is the implications and collaborations about this particular topic. So what does this mean? What does this mean for the future? How can we solve this problem, etc.? That's week 5. And then week number 7, you're going to put it all together. Oh, I forgot on there. Week 5. That's part 2 and part 3. So in week number 7, you're putting together all 3 parts. And as we go along, I am giving you feedback about your work and your papers. And so by week 7, you should have made all your corrections and taken my feedback and fixed things so that you have a really, really good paper by the time you get to week 7. Okay, that's the basics of the project that we have coming up. I'll have a lot more information about that, I promise. This whole course is really about citizen science. So citizen science is where individuals and the general public take hold of a scientific issue, do research, and figure out things about it, and gain insights into the issue, and then do something about it. Become proactive and do something. And so I want to give you this example. So back in the 1970s, 2 mothers in Lyme, Connecticut noticed that children were becoming sick with all kinds of strange symptoms. They would have these chronic rashes, they would get headaches and fevers and aches and pains, and they were developing arthritis that was just crippling. And these were normal, healthy children. And it was happening to more and more children in their community, and some adults were coming down with these same symptoms. So 2 of the mothers, Polly Lynch and Judith Minch, saw this trend in the children, and they said something has to be going on. There is something that's infecting these people that we know about, including mostly children. And so they took their concerns separately to the Connecticut State Health Department, which then began investigating this phenomenon. When the State Health Department started investigating, they noticed that most of the people who were coming down with these symptoms lived near the woods, and people were becoming infected, if that's what it was, during the summer and fall months. And so they kept investigating and figured out that this was a bacterial infection caused by Borrelia burgdorferi. And I have a picture right here of the bacteria. These are spiral-shaped bacteria, and they were causing these symptoms. And the way that people were coming in contact with these bacteria was through tick bites. And I've shown you a picture here of black-footed ticks, but also deer ticks, and deer ticks are extremely tiny. Were biting these individuals, and that's why they were coming down with these infections in the summer and the fall seasons, because that's when you're out there in the woods coming in contact with the ticks. And so they discovered that this particular disease was caused by Borrelia burgdorferi. It was a tick-borne disease, and they named it Lyme disease. Lyme, after Lyme, Connecticut. These two women who were mothers in the community noticed the incidence of especially the childhood arthritis cases and moved this forward into the state health department, and then lots of other people became involved, and we have figured out since what that particular disease is, and we named it Lyme disease. So this is a case of citizen science, and that's the role that you're going to take with your particular topic. You're going to be a citizen scientist. You're going to delve into this topic, you're going to do your research, and then you're going to make pretty much a presentation through your paper to some hypothetical legislators. Okay? I just wanted to give you a really good example because this is great. These two women, and Polly Lynch wrote a book after this. I can't remember the name of it, but she wrote a book after this. And she kept on with education about Lyme disease for decades, and she has since passed away. Okay, I'm back. I don't know where I went, but anyway, so that is what our course is going to look like this term. I am here to help you learn, to help guide you through this term and through the coursework. If you need anything, please let me know. All you have to do is email me, m.sigmon@snhu.edu. I am glad to help you. That is what I'm here for. So please do call on me if you need any help, if you're confused, if you're not sure about the assignment, you can't figure out the scientific sources, you can't figure out where to look. Whatever it is, please call on me. That's why I'm here. All right. I am looking forward to a great term, and I hope that you are too. So let's get started on this journey.